Okay. Um, so if I had 10 days on the West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to see like the things,
Mm-hmm.
with big trees being one of them, I'd probably start in SF. Uh, I mean, the Bay Area is pretty sick. You could spend 10 days in that spot alone. I mean, fuckload of people and traffic and stuff. Sonoma, Napa is incredible. I don't know if you've heard of. Yeah, I mean, wine, whatever, lots of vineyards. You can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on accommodations and wine and all sorts of crazy things here, but it's also like you can just go to a vineyard and do a wine tasting and like have a very lovely time. Um, then you can head on up along the coast. Um, 101 is like the one of the more classic roads, but you come up to the coast. Oh shit. Oh, whatever. Um, and then I moved the pin on me there, but there it is. Um, there's the Redwood National Park, which is, you know, the tree tunnel and all the big fuck off redwoods, that are just stunning. And, Northern California stuff. I mean, there's also, I haven't spent that much time in Northern California, but can always get some more, if you guys are coming up this way, get some more beta from people that know the area a little bit better. But then if you're out on this road, the Oregon coast is stunning. Super rugged, rad landscape. Um, I was just out there like almost a month ago. Uh, Um, yeah, so like big kind of stuff like this, big kind of cliffy things. There's actually an Airbnb, or not Airbnb, but like a B&B at the Hack to Head Lighthouse. Um, that is up here in kind of Yacht or somewhere around here. Um, this is where's the road that we drove? Somewhere in here. This road, 34, is wild because it's a stunning little road, beautiful, beautiful drive. But then you get out, and you get to see all of the timber harvesting, which is like a kind of juxtaposition from the national preserve land. Like you can see the checkerboard pattern that is Oregon. So just a kind of nice little reminder. But I mean, all of this, there are a bunch of little state parks all along here, and like lovely little towns, and there are all these massive dunes. Um, in Hecta, if I was on my laptop, I could pull up the photos, but there's yeah, here, this day use area. You basically walk out here, come across the creek, and then you could like walk up and over the dunes, and then you can just like be on the beach by yourself. Yeah, you have to like cross the creek, but it's like pretty freaking sick, and then you're on the beach in the dunes by yourself. Um, Again, if you spend time in Oregon, I can ask Ebba about all the places to go. She grew up in Eugene, which is right here. Um, and then on the way north, it's worth checking out the high desert. It's like a complete different thing. You also have the volcanoes of the high desert, and they're really beautiful to see from the east side. Um, So you've got like the Three Sisters. We camped somewhere by this pin, and you're basically um, staring at the sisters and Broken Top, and then you can look up and see Washington and I Jefferson somewhere around here. Jefferson's up there. So like these beautiful volcanoes. Um, yeah, and then we drove. I mean, we like driving um, up this way, up on the east side. Just less people. The I-5 corridor is kind of one populated corridor between Vancouver. It gets a little less populated down here, but it's quite populated into the Bay Area. So it's fast. You can travel really quickly, but like tomorrow we'll be driving it, but it kind of sucks ass for everything else. Um, Lots of national forest all through here to camp and hang out and like if you do go over here, there's the town of Bend, which is like blown up by Tech Bros now. Um, but there's a kick-ass museum down here, this High Desert Museum. It's like one of the Smithsonian museums, super awesome. Worth a half day. There's also super cool rocks to go look at over in Smith Rock, and you'll meet a lot of climber bros that will be really intimidating. Um, Something that can be, 3, 4 days, 5 days, however much time you want to spend. Um, and then if you keep coming up, you can go Hood, Adams, St. Helens, Rainier. You can come in and get close to Helens and Rainier. Their parks and everything. And then come up. If you come up this far, it's I mean just absolutely stunning. Uh, Olympic National Park is this really beautiful mix of high alpine, dry, uh, kind of North Cascadey almost type of stuff with oh, that's the wrong one. Uh, with kind of this super mossy. It's the wettest place in the lower 48. Um, so like super wet, really gross trees that are like covered in moss. Uh, yeah, no, it's like really stunning. And then there's also what's it? More kind of coast. By then you can like go out camp directly on the coast. Um, that would be like a 10-day, because then you're up here and you can either like fly out of Seattle, um, or book it back down to SF, but maybe fly out of Seattle. Uh, Another option, if you like cut out the California bit, would be to come up into Canada. Uh, Vancouver is, I mean, world-class city, stunning food, incredible. Um, all of these islands are thick. Eva and I spent a long weekend on Salt Spring. It's like super quaint, hit like artsy community. There's a lovely Saturday market, lots of farm stands and fresh bread and all of these incredible things, fun little hiking
You
things to
gotta
do,
be
things
careful
to
throwing words like bread around in front of Constance. Constance
Oh,
likes bread a lot more than she should. I
uh,
specifically said this so she'd hear it on the recording.
yeah, okay. I was about to say, yeah, but watch out what you're saying. Um, yeah, and then like if you do come up here and kind of do this sort of stuff instead of kind of the California thing, you've got uh, if I spell what is it? Um, Berry Creek, that's what it is. This is some of there's a huge protest to not cut these trees down, but these trees are, I mean, massive, massive. trees on Vancouver Island, and there is more old growth than this. I'm just forgetting where it is and what it's called, but um, again, kind of that like uh, wet, massive. I mean, that's a cut down one, but wet, massive kind of stuff. And then yeah. Tofino is like one of these really cool spots, right on the end of the island on the west side. So if depending on when you guys come out, a big thing that people like doing is getting an Airbnb on Tofino or camping on the beach. Out on Long Beach and people surf and hang out. If you get an Airbnb, you can like storm watch in the winter. Um, there's like kayaking and stuff. It's kind of like the end of the road. People spend lots of time out here. Um, and Austin, you'll like this, but there's Harbor Air, which um, has this huge network of float planes all throughout here. So you can like go to, Salt Spring Island or any of these other like these are the Gulf Islands down here. Uh, we took the ferry, but if you're going, you can kind of island hop, uh, or all sorts of other kind of things around. Um, yeah, then I mean that's like there are so many other places in this part of the world that I know so much better than like down here. Um, so like I do know some stuff about this, but like I can ask Abba more questions and stuff. Uh, I spent a lot of time in this kind of part of the world, and yeah, I mean just absolutely incredible depending on what you're trying to do and what you're gonna try and go see. But like there are volcanoes all through in here that you can go look at. Um, but lots of alpine lakes. There's a national park up here, which is just lake, um, big kind of stunning mountains. Completely different ecosystem here compared to over here. You're much more in the rain shadow, so it's kind of drier, really uh, craggy kind of stuff. And yeah, yeah, so these are like yeah. So this is kind of one of the spots just south of that national park. Um, that you've got big. They call them the North American Alps. Uh, but yeah, there are lots of very cool things to go see. I mean, the other thing that you can do is if you want to stay in California, you can go, look at this, and then there are all of the Eastern Sierras, uh, which is uh, lots of kind of alpine. I don't want to search by image. These kind of big, beautiful things like this. And there's some road, I forget exactly which one it is, but you've got Yosemite and Joshua Tree, Sequoia National Park, and then Joshua Tree is somewhere around here. Like San Diego? I don't know. Anyway, there's Joshua Tree around here, and then there's this road, which I think is people say is like one of the most beautiful roads in America because you're just along the east side of the Sierras. 395. I think it's this one. There's some road that goes pretty much right down the east side of the Sierras, um, through Tahoe and maybe it starts in Tahoe and you go all the way down and Bishop. Yeah, so Joshua Tree's around here because everyone goes to Bishop. Um, yeah, I mean, well, you know Yosemite, right? Yeah, yeah. So there's Yosemite and then Sequoia and all this other stuff, which is kind of the Southern California. You can go scorch your ass off in Death Valley. Um, yeah, and then you've got like all of the LA sort of stuff down here. Yeah, they're talking about trains. Oh, there's J Tree. Yeah, like a high-speed Volody train between these two. Yeah, yeah. Uh, no, because I mean, yeah, the Southwest is like all super close. Uh, like I mean, there's fuck all in Nevada, but yeah, no, that's why. No, that's why we all are looking at Salt Lake. I think Eb and I are probably gonna move to Salt Lake. Yeah, go hang out with the Mormons. Yeah, no, they're nice, but yeah, we want to go play in the desert and go play in the mountains and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, like this is like yeah, yeah, no, and you can pretty much drive right up to this, like on a Jeep trail, um, and like you're camping. Well, how about that? uh, oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, there are lots of really cool things to do in Utah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, but yeah, hopefully that kind of helps with some of the info on all of the things that are going on. I mean, yeah, I probably missed so many things. Like Astoria, I heard really good things about. You can go watch all the boats that crash. Um, yeah. We go play in some salt marshes over here. Uh, but yeah, no, it's there are lots of really, really cool things to do uh in in this part of the US. But your weather is gonna be your biggest driver of what you want to do and when you're coming. Yeah, because like yeah, like I said, anything past that, like mid-October, you're looking at maybe a quarter to half the time of rain. I mean, it like again, it completely depends on the year, uh, and like what we're having. I think they're calling for a wetter year this year than last year, but last year was fucked. We didn't get any water, so it's always a bit of a crapshoot. But on the West Coast, you just kind of got to bring a raincoat and you go out and do the same things regardless. So. Mm. Oh, good. Good. Now we have some videos to watch. We got that tack view. Yeah. Yeah. So unless Constance wants us to watch that tack view. No, you don't think she wants to watch what we do all night?
I don't think so. Nah, pretty boring. Plus, we kind of just sucked down. Although that one MI-28 kill really fucking surprised me.
I know. I know. I wonder if we have that up. I'm probably not streaming it. Oh, I found it.